Yay! I want my HTV. I want it now, and I want it live. Yay! So how are you guys? Hi, Jesper, Adeline, Galen, Jeff. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. So I had a really great weekend. I want to tell you guys all about it. I forgot to get a picture of Coach Dave Daubenmeyer and I together. So let me find a picture of him now so I can show you who I'm talking about. Let's see, does he have his face on here? Yeah, where is he? No. All right, well, we'll try it. Okay. This man who I'm going to show you is, come on, this guy, come on, get in. That guy is Coach Daubenmeyer. You see him behind there? I'll drop this in my chat room so you can find the website I'm talking about. Thank you, Jeff. So, that's Coach Dave Daubenmeyer. That's Coach Dave. See him right there? So, okay, go lay down. Go. Come on. Go lay down. Go lay down. Where was I? Okay, here I am. Ta-da! So, Coach Dave Daubenmeyer had a huddle in Hellertown, Pennsylvania yesterday from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. I, of course, showed up late. I'm never on time, at least not in the mornings, but it was a great event. It was all of us, basically. His huddles are a bunch of people get together. We meet at a place, we sit down, and Coach Dave talks, and some other people from his ministry talk. But also Coach Dave goes around and engages everyone. So everyone has a chance to talk, give their testimony, bring up topics to discuss. One of my brothers, Mr. Trump. Hey, Meek William 12. I love you. How are you? It's great to see you. But Mr. Trump was there, one of my brothers in Christ, and he made a keychain. Look at that. I wish I knew how to do stuff like that. Yellow orange is my favorite color, so I like that. That orange in there. So he gave me a keychain. And I was like, ooh, Coach Dave. I want one of your hats. So I tithed. I didn't have to, but of course I wanted to. I tithed. And now I look just like Coach Dave. So in the mornings from 7 to 8, I think it is, or is it 8 to 9 when I watch Coach Dave and he's on and he's preaching and ministering and fellowshipping with us, and he's got his Jesus loving hat on, I can put mine on. Right? So Coach Dave has an amazing ministry. Also, David Author, the Alphabet Man, has another amazing ministry. Great people. I should write down their names. Dave Daubenmeyer. You have David Author. And he's known as the Alphabet Man. Those are two ministers that ordained me. There were 4 in total. Coach Dave Dobbenmeyer's wife, I believe, and then Sandy Ashley were the other two ordained ministers who ordained me back in August. So for me to go yesterday to Hellertown, Pennsylvania, and meet with Coach Dave Dobbenmeyer's Huddle and fellowship with my brothers and sisters, I wanted to be there. I didn't want to pass it up. I'm active. So it was awesome. When I showed up, Coach Dave remembered me, which is very cool. And I thought he said to me, Holly, do you mind if I mention you? And I was like, yeah, sure, go right ahead. Coach? Yeah, of course. You can use my testimony and say, there's Holly over there. She went through this, da-da-da-da. That's cool by me. I'm public. Well, lo and behold, he walks up to me. Good to see you too, Critical Break. I love you. So he walks up to me and he goes, well, no, I'm sorry. At one point at the conference, hi, Shield Maiden. So anyway, at the end of the conference, I guess it was like 2:15, Coach Dave gets up and he starts talking. And then all of a sudden I hear him go, oh, and that Russ Dizdar, who talks about super soldiers, wrote the book Black Awakening. Well, it just so happens we have a super soldier in the audience. Holly Baglio, would you like to come up and give your testimony? I was like, yes. But at the same rate, I was like, no, because I get so nervous public speaking. And there I am in person. I'm not sitting in my home where I'm comfortable behind a computer screen, and I can just shut you guys down if it gets to be too much, which at times I should shut it down, and I haven't, but I'm learning. I'm a work in progress. There's a lot of steps I need to take. This isn't over for me yet as far as me getting right with Abba. But anyway, so I was like, all right. I walk up to the front of the room. I look at Coach Dave and I said, please help me with my testimony. Ask me questions. I get stumped. I draw blanks. I don't really know where to start, and I really don't know what you want to hear. I can sit here and talk to you for 5 hours on my experiences and what I witnessed in the deep underground military bases, or even what I've been through in this normal life that I have. But so I got up, I started speaking, and I fumbled and stumbled a few times, but it was my very first time speaking at, like, being given the floor to give my testimony at a conference to a ministry I've been following online for a very, very long time. And here I am in person standing before this room speaking to about 15, 20 other people. I got nervous. I kept, fidgeting, swaying back and forth, just like when I stand, I kick my feet back and forth. I stand different ways. I, pick up my arms, drop them. It's just, I talk with my hands. There's a joke. How do you shut an Italian up? Make them sit on their hands. And I kid you not, when I sit on my hands, I can't talk. I need them, I'm just teasing. Welcome, Rebecca. Okay, I'm going to try to remember that, Shield Maiden. I might forget, and you might have to remind me, so forgive me. But welcome back, Rebecca. ASL, sign language. Yes, I used to want to know sign language, like A. Oh, boy. It was B, C. I used to know it. What was it? A. I used to know sign language. I forget. Hi, Christine Alessandrini. It's great to see you. Well, thank you, Rebecca. Welcome. So maybe if I'm interpreting what you said to me correctly, then I understand better now. And thank you very much, Shield Maiden. Thank you. So I stood up in front of the room and I gave my testimony. And of course, I forgot. Let's see. When I got ordained, I bought a book and I started writing down certain things. And I wrote down my biography like a short, skinny one. Thank you, Christine. Congratulations, Shield Maiden. And I had a biography written down. I wish I had remembered, because then I could have read from it and it may have been easier. I always have a flood of thoughts, and to grab onto one and speak to it can be hard because it's a flood of thoughts. And sometimes I have many answers to one question. And they're all valid and true. But so it was just so cool. I got to talk to them, and I talked to them about my experiences with Joseph Mangley and remembering him as a child. And then when I woke up from the MK Ultra and Super Soldier projects I was put into, that when I woke up when I was 40 years old, I had to deal with a case of Stockholm Syndrome, because I remember Joseph Mangley being nice to me and not the other kids. So I have guilt and survivor's guilt. I'm losing viewers. Anyway, so what else can I tell you about yesterday? Yesterday was so great. They had a speaker, Mr. Trump, and he was talking about not President Trump, my brother, who I'm calling out of respect, Mr. Trump. He's my brother in Christ, but he was speaking, and he talked about artificial intelligence. He talked about the 5G network. Well, actually, he discussed 3G, 4G, 5G, and he gave his testimony of what he did in his life, being in security and finding weaknesses in things so you can strengthen them. That way, for instance, hackers can't hack into, say, your pacemaker because it has a computer chip, or hackers can't hack into like when you get your house put up on like the smart system. You have a smart TV, a smartphone, a smart this, a smart that, a smart microwave, a smart refrigerator with a TV screen in it, and you all get them hooked up, and you get all of those devices hooked up. Hackers can get into that, and with your microwave, it can be used as a weapon. A hacker can get into these smart devices, if you want to call them smart, and for a microwave, they can adjust your hacker can adjust your microwave, so that way it shoots you with the beam of microwave and it fries your brain instead of cooking the food inside of it. So when you have a house that exists, yeah, we have refrigerators that have like TV screens inside them. They're called smart refrigerators. Like even smart TVs, you've seen them, right? We all know that inside them they have video devices that are actually watching us. So we think we're watching TV, but really they are watching us and listening into us. But when you get Alexa or Siri, an AI unit, you connect your lights to it, you connect your refrigerator to it, you can connect any of these appliances to these smart devices. I mean, I had a friend, Dr. Dave, or I have a friend, Dr. Dave, online. For instance, he's got that Siri or Alexa units, and he can say, Alexa, turn on my porch lights. Alexa, turn on my kitchen lights. Alexa, turn on the lights out back. Or he can tell Alexa, this little device, well, turn my air conditioning lower. It's too hot in here. Turn the temperature lower so it cools off. Now, when you do stuff like that, hackers can hack into your actual devices and reconfigure them and how they work. If you have, for instance, OnStar in your car, hackers can get into OnStar and they can freeze up your brakes while you're doing 70 miles an hour down the road. They can turn your car off if they want. Say you're braking very quickly, and a hacker decides he doesn't want you to brake, and he's hacked into OnStar in your car. He can tell the car, okay, don't brake, keep going. And the car will keep going, and you'll find yourself having a car accident. So it's very much real and applicable. The things that I'm telling you, and they do exist, but we have to be very careful and diligent. Sorry. Okay. And what else did we talk about when we were there? We were talking about abortions. We were talking about getting involved, things that we can do to be proactive. We talked about, when you go up and you're trying to talk to someone, say it might be about abortion or just even about being saved, when you talk to the person, you're striking emotions in them. But we have to be patient, and we have to remember that we're causing the person to have emotions. And in those emotions, it can change their opinion, or it can make them dig their heels in the ground even more and say no, 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 and deny what you're saying them. So Coach Dave and everybody there was discussing too how to relate to other people, to bring God's message to them, and how you should be delicate in your wording and mindful of how they're feeling. Things that I have to work on, because I'm not quite sure how I come across to other people, and it might not be so great. What if they would make us believe all these possibilities and hacking so the mass start to freak out a little bit more than start being weak, then enslaved through fear again? Yeah, I would agree, Christine. But they're going to enslave us no matter which way we go. I mean, it would take every human on the planet to be awake and collectively turn around and say to the powers that be and rule over us, no, you're wrong. You're enslaving us. We're firing you. You're not allowed to rule over us anymore. You are dethroned, dismantled, and out of here. It would take all of us to do that, to really be able to have a chance to turn this planet Earth around and stop the corrupt, evil minions from being the ruling power. But sadly, not enough people are awake. Sadly, they're very much sleeping. But it's going to take Jesus's second return to get all this right, because this world is so wrong in every manner of being. This world is corrupt. Excuse me. Yes, we will succeed, my dear. What if everything they want us to believe is wrong? I would agree with that. I think they're already doing that. Look at NASA. Never a straight answer. Everything they told us is a lie. Even if they told you one thing that was a truth, everything that followed it is still a lie. I believe the testimonies of people from the secret space program. I listen to them if I want to know what's going on in space and with our other planets and planetary travel and space travel. If I want to know what's going on, I listen to the people in the secret space program. I do not listen to NASA with whatever they're saying. I'm aware of what they're saying because I want to know what other nonsense they're pushing. But I don't. I listen to people from the secret space program. They know what they're talking about because they're in it, they're doing it, they're living it. NASA, all I know is it's a big pedophile corporation that gets tons and tons of money and tells us tons and tons of lies. And they're basically a cover story for the deep space program. Or excuse me, not deep space, but the secret space program, the SSP. So I listen to people from the I listen to people from the SSP. I don't listen to people from NASA because they're never a straight answer. Sometimes they come out with pretty cool pictures, but after that, NASA's useless in my mind. So I don't give them the time of day. Blue Rose. No answers still available. I like that, Blue Rose. No answers still available. Agreed. So seeing Coach Dave yesterday was awesome. Had to tell you all about it. It was so great to meet him. I can't believe I gave my testimony in person, standing up in front of a room. It was nice. A few people said to me, I know it sounds awkward, but really, what do you say to somebody that has a similar testimony as mine? Like when you're talking about, for me, I talked about them, how they created me, programmed me, trained me, and they did that purposely for certain assignments that they wanted to send me out on as I got older. I talked about that, and I talked about the fact that I was locked in a cage. I slept in a cage inside a deep underground military base. There were many other children with me, but 90% of them are dead. And what else did I discuss? It's few and far between as far as the kids that I know that made it out of the dumps that I was trafficked along with. And even if they made it out alive, a few of them have already had untimely deaths occur. So, but a couple of people at the end came up and said to me, Holly, I'm really glad you're alive. I can't believe you're alive. I did research. I know what they did to these kids, and I can't believe you're standing here talking to me right now. And yeah, you know what? Me neither. I can't believe I'm still coming to terms with the fact that I'm standing here before you and we're talking and I'm alive. So I have the same feeling, but I sure am grateful. So I'm sure grateful to be able to stand here, and talk to you guys, because by all means, I should have never made it through those odds. I know that each and every one of us walking the face of the earth is a walking miracle. I know that. Just the fact that we're alive is a miracle, and it's beautiful. But hey, real sweet, it's great to see you. But to make it through those programs and be sitting here, I definitely feel and know and believe that I'm a miracle. Being able to sit here with all you fine people on this awesome Sunday that's beautiful outside. I don't know about the one in France, to be honest with you, Christine. I don't know. I don't know anybody that's been to a dumb in France or has come from one. I honestly have no idea. I love you real sweet. My lungs getting better too. Definitely very sore. Especially lately, it's been sore a lot. I've been hurting a little bit, but everything's getting better. And thank you for helping me. I deeply appreciate it. The mercies of Yahweh and Jesus delivered you for your divine destiny. Praise be to Yahweh. Agreed. Yes. So I had to tell you all about my day yesterday with Coach Dave. Can't believe I gave my testimony. I can't believe he gave me the floor. I can't believe it was in person. This is so great. Praise be to Yahweh that Coach Dave gave me this opportunity. I hope I did all right because I was very nervous. Oh yeah, I got this book and I wanted to share it with all of you. I got, oh, you know what, real sweet? Since you're here, I'm going to spill the beans. Hang on a second, excuse me, before I spill the beans. Okay. We all know that Holly Baglio has issues. And I kick those issues. I get them gone and something happens and I trip and fall and go wham, right back into those same issues, falling into the same pitfalls, holes, potholes. So I've been getting right with a lot of things. And I've done more self-reevaluating. And especially since I got ordained in August, I started thinking about my life and changing my life around, because what was happening in my life in August, I did not want in my life anymore. It just wasn't right. It wasn't godly. It wasn't holy. And everything I was doing was turning out wrong. And it was just time to say, you know what? Yahweh, take all that, put it at the foot of the cross. And Yahweh, I ask you that since I'm a new creation in you, to help me have a new life in you. Because I may be a new creation, but this old life is still hanging on and following me and putting its clutches in me, and I need to let it go. So it's a process for me. I know a lot of people have had instant turnarounds and everything changes for them overnight. But for me, it's a daily process, a daily struggle. And maybe that's why Yahweh uses my testimony, so that some of you know that it can take some time, a day, a week, a year, 10 years. But you stick following the Lamb and you stick with his calling upon your life, and you have an intimate, active relationship with Yahweh. But maybe he uses my testimony so that some of you out there that are struggling with your issues can see that, wow, okay, if it takes me a little bit of time, God's not going to give up on me. If it takes me 3 weeks to quit smoking, he's not going to give up on me in those 3 weeks. He's going to carry me through those 3 weeks and see me to the other side so I can be set free from that bondage and that sin and that thing of which I don't like. And if I don't like it, I'm sure God's not going to like it. So, you know, people need to know that God's not going to abandon you. If you start walking on a journey with him, and then through your journey you go, oh, wow, there's something else that's in my life that's wrong. I need to eradicate it. It doesn't take a day sometimes. I've had brothers and sisters jump down my throat going, Holly, you're keeping bad company. These people in your life, who are they? And it's like, well, wait a second, you're telling me hate the sin, but love the sinner, and I do that, but now you're criticizing me for the company I keep. And of course, I disagreed with them, and some of them I listened to, but when it came down to it, I turned around and I brought that to Abba, and I said, Abba, they're saying this, and not that I really agree with them, because I think they're kind of wrong. What do you think? Abba turned around and he said, no, Holly, there's some peculiar characters hanging out in your garden. Get them out. Now, what your brothers and sisters had to say, whatever with that, Holly, put that down. Don't listen. Listen to me. There's some odd characters in your garden that you need to take a look at. And for your own well-being, Holly, you need to terminate these relationships. Some of them are because they're coming to you saying that they're Jesus lovers, but really they're astral traveling into your house and wreaking havoc on you, causing spiritual attacks on you. Get them out. So I had to do things like that. I have to face my struggle with nicotine, and I need to be set free of this. I need to feel strong enough to say, you know what, this friendship is wrong. It's over. And stand firm. Maybe the friendship they'll find a better friend than me. It's not working. I'm on a different path, and Yahweh needs me over here, and maybe you're needed over there. I don't know. But what else in my life? There's a lot of struggles I have in my life that I've been trying to get right, that I've been seeking assistance from others for. Probably I sought out assistance from the wrong people. Obviously, my lung got collapsed, and that was one of the people I sought help from, to say, listen, I need a friend to talk to. I need a friend to confide in. And can I turn to you? But when every time I turned to that person, I was neglected, or they ended up using me and glossing it over with, oh, yeah, I'm helping you. But, and while I'm listening to you, hey, you got money? Can I use your car? Can I do this? Oh, yeah, I'm going to take that. I've decided your life is going to revolve around me, Holly. Well, that's not help. That's not a brother in Christ. And that's absolutely something I need to toss out of my life. So you guys go through these struggles, right? Or you get through one just to go colliding headfirst into the next one. You all have to understand that whatever the situation, whatever the test, whether it's your fault or not your fault, you have to know that Abba's not going to abandon you if you are on a journey with him, trying to strengthen your walk following Yeshua, strengthening your faith, having an intimate and active relationship with Yahweh. Life is hard for me. I don't know about you guys. Maybe it's just me. I can fathom spending tons and tons of time with Abba doing holy Bible studies. I can fathom being in prayer with him. I can fathom my dreams with him. But what I cannot fathom is being engaged in this world and living in it the way that I used to. But see, now I'm awake to the world around me. I know what's going on. I have no scales on my eyes, and Yahweh's enlightened me. Now I can fathom all of that, but I can't fathom this world. I can't fathom people's concerns about this world. And that's a drawback on my part. That's a weakness on my part. You know, I have to confess and I repent. I have anger, resentment, and bitterness as an ex-super soldier. As I was a little child locked in a cage, being experimented on because people pay their tax dollars blindly to those in power, thinking they're using it for something good, and they're not. I came out of that cage resenting the public, resenting every taxpayer, having anger at the people that didn't know and don't know that their tax dollars go to these projects that I'm trying to expose. But everybody wants to call me mentally ill and pass the buck and give me medicine, and for me to take their asinine suggestion, which I took my whole life and it never worked. So obviously I'm going with Jesus because he works and their suggestions don't. But coming out of that cage, waking up and realizing I was used as an ex-super soldier. I'm an adult survivor of Pedogate and Pizzagate. And there's people out in the public that think it's fake or that I'm lying. Yeah, man, I got some major issues with that. Bitter, anger, resentment, disbelief, like disappointment. Like, how do you guys not know? And I don't mean that to my chat room, you guys, but I mean that you as in the public that's sleeping. And that's frustrating. You can't get help from people like that. You can't. I went seeking for help from people that got more scale that are just loaded with scales on their eyes. But because they know how to manipulate themselves in the world, they think that they're better than me. I don't want to be able to manipulate myself in this world. It's gone to hell. This world said, I don't want the handbasket. I'll take myself to hell. And that's where I see it. So yes, I have some issues, and Yahweh has to work on with me on them. But he's not going to abandon me. I started my journey 4 years ago, but that doesn't mean that he's going to go, oh, Holly, it's 4 years now. You should have this down pat. And since you're not perfect the way your other brothers and sisters are, I'm leaving. Yahweh's not going to do that to you guys. And I want you to know that. He's going to help you. He's going to set you free. He's going to work with you. Some people need a short amount of time. Some people need large amounts of time. Don't criticize yourself. Don't judge yourself. And don't come down on yourself if you're one of those people that needs a lot of time. And you know what? I'm one of those people that I need a lot of time. I rush myself to be on someone else's clock. I don't like that. I need to be on my own clock. And Yahweh is what gives me my ticks and beats. So I run smoothly. I'm teasing. So anyway, what's my chat room up to? Let me go back. Hey, Clara, how are you? Okay, so there's Clara now. Thank you, Christine. I don't know that it's right, but I have to deal with those negative feelings. And I have this book here. I wanted to show you guys. You like my vape? Thank you. I broke it yesterday too. The glass broke. So I think that's Yahweh saying, come on, Holly. You got patches. Use them. So I'm getting there. And I'm going to keep trying. And I'm not going to give up trying until I'm a non-smoker. Fully and completely and securely in Yeshua's name. Altogether done. But it's taken me years. But Abba's not giving up on me, so I shouldn't give up on myself either. Thank you, Blue Rose. They wither away. I hope they wither away. Boy, I'll tell you, it's one big experience, Blue Rose, and I'm really trying. And the harder I try, the more I miss my target and I fall away. If I could just relax and breathe for a minute, things would just fall into place. And it would be like second nature. But I get so tense, so worried, and overthinking, and constantly thinking that I end up missing my target. And then I get frustrated with myself. And then at that point, I have no patience for anyone else, let alone try and even have a conversation with them. So waking up from MK Ultra and deprogramming, or however you say it, it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do. There's so many things to be set free from. And then things that come back, you think you got them settled and put down, and then a few months later they come back rearing their ugly head again for you to be set free from again. And of course, that's Satan trying to get a foothold. How does that saying go? He prowls around us like a roaring lion waiting to devour us. So we need to ask Heavenly Abba for discernment, patience, wisdom, and knowledge, and to give us insight and to lead us through having all of these gifts. So, yeah. I need to take my own advice real sweet. The worse you're willing to be broken, the better than healing will be. Yes, Shield Maiden. I think a lot of people don't realize that. The worse you're willing to be broken, the better the healing will be. You'll get rid of more junk. I mean, we will. Yes. Shield. 11/11. Make a wish. Next Sunday is November 11th. And then we'll have on November 11th, right? 11:11 a.m. and 11:11 p.m. But also next Sunday on November 11th, if you take the year 2019 and you add the 2 plus the 0 plus the 1 plus the 9, that equals 11. So next Sunday, it's 11s across the board. Good night, sweet Clara. My love to you and Ellie. Aww. Well, Shield Maiden, you have a beautiful day. Give Addie my love. Give your mom my love. And I'll see you later, sweetheart. Have a nice day, honey. Right, Christine, the 11th thing. You know, I cast it down. I have dreams all the time, and I go back to Yahweh. And I always say, you know, test the spirit. I had a dream, Yahweh. This is what it is about. I pour the blood of the lamb on it, and I test the spirit that gave me the dream. But I had a dream of next Sunday, the 11/11 thing. And of course, the first thing I do is cast it down. But yeah, that's next Sunday, the one coming up. Not today, but next week. Oh, okay. I thought you were going to sleep, sweetie. Sorry. But yeah, so the 11/11 thing, that's the dream I had about next Sunday is I'm praying. What I believe it to mean is that I'll be blessed and baptized by the Holy Spirit. I had a dream about next Sunday. And next Sunday, I'm rededicating myself on Sunday at my home physical church here in New Jersey, where I'm a congregant. And also I'm ordained, but I want to let my church know I'm there at their service, and also I'm ordained, so I'm looking for them to mentor me, and iron sharpens iron, and it's a physical actual church I want to be affiliated with. I want to donate my time to. I want to be associated with. It's grounding, it's connection, it's relationships, it's bonding. So I want my pastor, I want to be baptized at my home church with my home pastor, with congregants I've known over these past 4 years. And it's a rededication for me. And this is me pursuing Yahweh, and this is me rededicating my devotion and commitment and love to him. So, and that's November 11th. And my lucky number with Yahweh is 11. And it's weird because I always saw myself having, doing the baptism ceremony twice. And I know that sounds odd too, but for me, Mountaintop Church is a beautiful place. I met them, all of them, back April 2015. The clergy there and some of the regular congregants know my history, and that I had to seek out Russ Dizdar and the SIIU team. So they know my history, but it's really important to me to have this church there physically. Most of my ministries I follow online, they don't have an actual physical place to go. When they have conferences, I definitely attend, but I want grounding, and I want to be connected not only to my online ministries, of course, but also an actual physical church. Oh, thank you, real sweet. I want to make him proud. I want to pick up my cross and serve him, make him proud. But it's important for me, I think, you know? In person should help you. Yes. Everything I do has always been on the computer and online, Blue Rose, and it's been a blessing when certain ministries online do conferences and they come near my area so I can meet them in person. But I think like every week it would be really great to have that personal relationship with these people. Plus I like to stop in there during the middle of the week. Just, I love the place. I love it. I love the building. I love the people. I love everything about it. I would live there if I could. I keep telling them I'll be the groundskeeper, mow the lawn, and plant your flowers if you'll let me, my cat and dog live here. I'll clean the church. I'll take care of it. I'll answer the phones. Hey, Matt Cat, how are you? Yes, I agree, Matt Cat. It does. It definitely takes time. But there's this book. It's self-confrontation. It's basically a discipling book, but it gives you various topics. I guess like maybe a teacher would have one of these books if they were going to teach someone about one of these topics, and it gives you Bible studies and it tells you what to do each day, and it's a really cool book. It's got 19 lessons in it. But listen, guys, this thing has 19 lessons in it, and I was looking through it. Excuse me. Now, I'm dead set on serving Abba, right? So you kind of go figure that from there, I'll probably be on here talking about him more. And now that I cleared out my life from all the corrupt people, the corrupt nonsense, the corrupt goings on, and the shenanigans, now that all of that is out of my life and I can really look at myself to get myself right and come to terms, which is really important. I told Coach Dave, I said, listen, I'll be honest, and not to like sound cocky or come across the wrong way, but I was like, Coach Dave, for someone like me being an ex-super soldier from these underground military bases and above ground government facilities, I am someone. I say, Coach Dave, 6, 7 o'clock, I roll out of bed, literally roll out of bed into my computer chair, and boom, you're on for an hour. I hop on over to Paul Bagley's. I'm a prayer warrior there for an hour. I'll go to Council of Time for a couple of hours, listen. I'll go to the Hagmans. I'll listen to Paul McGuire, Steve Quayle, Now You See TV. There's a whole bunch of ministries online. Anita Fuentes, Trey Smith. You have Chuck Missler, a whole bunch of people. And I said, Coach Dave, I spend 6 to 7 hours a day engulfed in ministries that do the Holy Bible studies. They teach me the Greek and the Hebrew. And they really dive into it. I'm someone, because of my background, I need to hang on to Yahweh that much. My neighbor and the dude who collapsed my lung, I have been binge watching Real Sweet, Now You See TV for the past month and a half. They did an interview with me a long time ago. I wish I had said, yes, please introduce me to Dave Carrico and the missus, because I wasn't ready at the time. I wasn't. I needed more time. I had just woken up. So when they took my interview, they took one of my very first interviews. I hope maybe in a couple of years when I redeem myself and I do good, they'll take another interview and then they'll say, ha ha, remember Holly Baglio back then? Look at her. Now, look how Abba has been refining her, reforming her in Yeshua's name, and look at how far she's come. Let's discuss her process or progress and what it takes for these MK Ultra survivors to go through to have a life and to come out of that and really be functional again. That would be cool. Because I want to give other MK Ultras out there, SRAs, satanically ritualized and abused, and DIDs, dissociative identity disorders. I really want to give those guys hope and a chance. But you guys are going to have to stick with it and persevere with it more than the average person, because you have been exposed to the darkness in such horrific, traumatic, disgusting ways that it's really hurt you, and you don't deserve that. Your life was stolen from you, and Jesus can save you from all of it. And he does wipe away your tears, and he's not going to abandon you. If you want to take that journey with him, he won't abandon you while you're on it. He's not going to say, okay, I'm going to give you 3 months and you get right with me, get saved, get baptized, and that's it. You're done. No, no, no. He's going to say, listen, come to me. Let's talk. Let's work through this. I will lead you to these things. And I'll hold your hand and I'll be there. So anyway. Oh, yeah, the chat wasn't so nice to me. But that wasn't John Pounder's fault at all. He's a nice person. I don't think they liked the shirt I wore. And it was a really hot day that day. It was summer. But it's all right. But I'll tell you what, the chat may not have been nice to me back then, but they're stuck with me now because Real Sweet, I've been binge watching Now You See TV. So I get in the chat room. I'm like, you guys want to hate me? Here I am. I got a thick skin right now. a backbone to hold it up. Let's go. What do you want to say to me? Because let me tell you, I've been fighting long, and I've been fighting hard to earn my seat, to sit down next to my peer meeks, my peer brothers and sisters, while I serve Yahweh, waiting for Yeshua to return. I have earned my right to sit here in this seat next to all you fine people that love Jesus too. Yeah. You haven't seen me there? I'll just drop in. I say hi to Casey and a couple others in the chat that I see there. I say hi, give out my blessings, and then I get real quiet. I'm not there to cause drama, and then I'll go lay down. I'll, grab my thing so I can skip over ads or whatever, something, and then I'll go lay down and I'll put the screen on big and I'll just watch Now You See TV until I fall asleep. And sometimes it'll flip to the next show. So Now You See TV is on again, and I'll sleep through the night like a light. I know that everybody's praying to Yeshua there, and where they're praying, I'm praying, we're all praying. Yeshua's with us. So that's why I like to listen to Holy Spirit-filled ministries, because some nights I'm terrible with sleeping or I need someone's voice. And these ministries sound like home to me, and they bring me peace, and I can sleep. So, but I'm someone, I'll be honest with what I went through. I hang on to Yahweh all day long. I can't imagine going a moment without him. And recently somebody was coming in between me and Yahweh saying, oh, you talk too much about him. You bring your work home. Da-da-da-da-da. That's all I hear about. I'm an ex-super soldier from the dumbs. You know what hell I went through serving this country that you're a citizen in? Give me a little common courtesy and respect. If I want to talk about God, I served U.S., Canada, and the UK's governments for 37 years. I've earned that right to do what I want. And what I want to do is talk about Yeshua. But there's so much to talk about. He's great. He's our great grand almighty I am. You can talk about the Garden of Eden, the canopy that used to be around the earth before Noah's flood. You can talk about the stars and the planets. You can talk about, alien technology. I mean, it's limitless. When Yeshua is your topic of conversation, it's limitless. I'm probably getting off on tangents, but it just, maybe there's other super soldiers out there that don't need 17,000 hours a day of Yeshua. They can operate okay. You know what? That's their walk. More power to them. But for me, mine's a little bit harder and more arduous for me to get through. So I really like spending all my time with my online ministries, because when I have that, I feel it keeps the balance. I feel that it keeps my mind thinking the way Jesus wants me to think, instead of putting myself in this world. And then when I do that, I get all angry, mad, resentful, can't get along with anything, anyone, I'm hating life. And it's all because I'm separated from Yahweh. I don't want this world. Things of this world don't interest me. For instance, I'm going to lose viewers right now. But what is it? Rick on The Walking Dead? They're going to kill him off the show tonight, right? Everybody's talking about The Walking Dead and how Rick, one of the main characters, is going to be killed off the show. And oh my gosh, we got to watch it. Okay, that is boring to me. Utterly boring. And meanwhile, people are like, Walking Dead's on, I got to watch Walking Dead. I'm like, wow, it's a TV show. Guaranteed you've seen movies that are just like it. About zombies, right? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be like that and belittling at all, but I mean, I come from the dumbs. A TV show is not entertainment to me. And I can't believe that even though the vast population is not from the dumbs, I can't believe that they would settle for a television show being entertainment. To be brutally honest. I mean, I got to listen to everybody else's opinions. Well, now I'm going to share mine. I was in a relationship that was unevenly yoked. That person was entertained with videos, and I can't even say some of these other things that they were entertained by. But it was like, really? Really? I don't compute. I'm not relating. I don't connect. There's no, what you're doing does not resonate with me. Have fun in your mud puddle. I'm going to go reach for the rainbow. So I just, that's why I come here. I'm around you like-minded people. That's why I come here, is to be around the people in my chat room. Because you're like-minded, you're educated, you do your research and studies, you're worshiping Yahweh. Some of my friends don't worship Yahweh. They've used their free will to something else. But they're truthers, and they're exposing corrupt things, and they're fighting against the enemy, and I have respect for that. Yes, I think so too, real sweet. I think people do come back into our lives to try and knock us off our path. I think that's just another reason why my lung was collapsed, was somebody was trying to knock me off my path. Hey, Ozzy, what's going on? But again, real sweet. I told them, and I've been telling everyone, I will always choose Yahweh first and foremost. I will drop everything in this life for Yahweh without hesitation. It will always be Yahweh first, always Yahweh number one, always Yahweh my everything, in Yeshua's name. Selah to that, real sweet. Selah. So anyway, this book. There's 19. Let me get back to this. There's 19 lessons in this book. This book seems really cool, right? But for each 19 lessons, it gives you 7 days to do something. Well, I figure this. I figure I could take one lesson and take all the 7 days worth of stuff they want you to do in the lesson, and I think I could put it into one video. That way, it's not going to take you 7 days to get through one lesson. It'll take you one video to get through the lesson. So as I want to serve Heavenly Abba and pick up my cross, and I want to talk about the issues I'm having, because I know I'm not the only one, but I can use my personal experiences since I'm so public, and maybe it'll help you guys if you're going through the same things. But this book talks about you can change man's way or God's way. Talks about dealing with self, anger and bitterness, fear and worry, depression, parent-child relationships, interpersonal problems, marriage, life-dominating sin. That is going to be a good one. Life-dominating sin. I bet you nicotine might fall under that one, right? Because it's been in my life for half my life. So that's pretty dominating, I would assume. But thank you. I'll look at it. Thank you, Ozzy. So yeah, I figured I could share this book with you, its passages and what it says. And it could just give us all a reason to hang out more and talk to you guys. I wish I had money to send each and every one of you this book, but I don't. This book is called Self-confrontation. Here, can you see it? Self-confrontation. It's by John C. Broger, or developed by John C. Broger. Let's see. On the back, it's printed by Livingstone Publishers. So I just got this book, but it looks really interesting, and I want to share it with all of you guys. So I'll try to put together good videos. John C. Broger, yeah. So, pretty cool, right? I got my Coach Dave hat. Uh-oh. My neighbor's downstairs doing laundry, and I have to go out to do yard work pretty soon. Look at that. That's just so awesome. But, yeah, so, it's really pretty out. I want to take my dog outside. I was supposed to go fishing today, and then I changed it to hiking because there's this one place I really, really, really like, and I like going adventuring. But anyway, I had to cancel because I have chores around the house. Like I have yard work, and then I got to put up plastic on a window frame thing because the window's broken. Yeah, it is. Cool cap, right? Thanks, Jesper. I like it a lot. Definitely. I'll be like, I wish I had gotten a picture of Coach Dave. I hope he puts together another huddle soon. I hope it's not 3 or 4 hours drive away like they were talking. But I hope to get a picture of him. When I do, I'll make sure his hat's on and my hat's on. But I was like, oh, I totally forgot. Totally forgot. I was just so excited to be there. I was like a kid in the candy store anyway, listening to, everybody talk and commune with not commune, but talk to each other, fellowship with each other, fellowship. So, but yeah, it was pretty great. It was pretty great. I'm on fire for Yahweh. I have a thirst for him that cannot be quenched. I have passion for Yeshua HaMashiach. I pray that other people have that in them, fire and passion and a thirst for Yahweh, like I have in me. I pray other people have that in them. I wish more people had that in them. And I can't for the life of me understand why they don't. How come they don't have passion for Jesus Christ of Nazareth? I don't understand. How could they not want to study the Bible every day, talk every day, and fellowship every day regarding him? I don't understand those people who aren't like that, to be honest. And I have a hard time connecting with someone that's not like that. Hey, Susan Cronus, how are you? Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Susan, I have my bad days. I stumble and fall, and sometimes you guys see that in my videos online, and I'm truly embarrassed. But aside from that, I want my whole YouTube channel to be dedicated to Yahweh. Everything I want to do, I want it to be for Yahweh. He's my Yahweh. Susan, before I get to you, Officer Hot, Susan, today, maybe I can say this to you and maybe you might appreciate it. Today I was driving home from church. And Well, I was driving home from church. Thank you so much, Susan. It feels really great to smile, but more than that, to feel the peace inside. Like, I know you're seeing me smile, but I really mean it. Like, I feel the smile on the inside of me. In the past year and a half, I would smile, but I didn't feel it on my face. It didn't warm me up. And now when I smile today, and like yesterday and the day before, the smile, I really meant it, and I really felt it on the inside. Hey, Denise, just Denise. I'm so sorry I've been slow to respond. I really have been dying to talk to you and share some things. So I love you, sweetheart. But Susan, today I was driving home. I know you're doing yard work, but maybe you'll be listening. So I was driving home from church today, and I got talking with Abba, Yahweh. And I said to him, I said, Abba, Yahweh, my heavenly Abba, Yahweh, I got talking to him about basically trying to understand differences between me, maybe someone who's lukewarm, or maybe somebody that doesn't have a calling, but they're still following Jesus. But Jesus is good with that. It's me that has a calling that I have to answer for. So I have to understand the differences and still have respect for others. But I said to Heavenly Abba, Yahweh, I said, do you remember a few years back, Heavenly Abba, Yahweh, where I had bumped into a few people online that I call your chosen, and Jonathan Kahn being one of them. He's Yahweh's chosen. That's how I see him, and that's what I call him. And I said, Heavenly Abba, Yahweh, I got so jealous. The jealousy that I felt was over the fact that the way I perceived Jonathan Kahn to have Yahweh, I wanted Yahweh in my life. I mean, when I first woke up from MK Ultra and Super Soldier projects, and I woke up and I realized God loves me and he has a calling on my life, and I have this testimony I have to come and give people. And I don't know why I have to come give you my testimony and tell you about my life as being Holly Baglio, but for some reason I do. I woke up, and the first ministries I bumped into were Anita Fuentes, Trey Smith, Nikki Pratt, and Jonathan Kahn. After that, Yahweh had led me to Russ Dizdar, L.A. Marzulli, and a few other people that could help me with the super soldier aspect of things. But honestly, I bumped into Anita Fuentes, Nikki Pratt, Trey Smith, and Jonathan Kahn. And when I heard Jonathan Kahn speak, and I heard that man talk about Yahweh, and Yahweh's approachable, Yahweh is a loving God, not a hating God or a mean, cruel God. He loves us and wants us, and we need him, and we should not let anything stand in the way of us going to him. I thought to myself, wow, Abba. And I heard Jonathan Kahn's testimony. He wrote The Harbinger. I have one of his books in the other room. He wrote about the Shemitah. The man, Jonathan Kahn, has a profound intimate, active, personal relationship with his creator through the blood of Jesus Christ of Nazareth, is the best way I can explain it. And I was so jealous because I saw Jonathan Kahn. If you've ever heard his testimony, Jonathan Kahn has had quite an experience on his journey with Yahweh. But Yahweh, I think, now I'm going to misword this. I haven't heard Jonathan Kahn's testimony in 4 years, so I'm going back in my memory banks for this. But somewhere in Jonathan Kahn's testimony, he had said something to the effect of, Yahweh wanted me to write a book, and it wasn't that I was running from them, but I was procrastinating. And there was one night that a train almost hit Jonathan Cahn. But the way Jonathan Cahn had worded himself, it was like, okay, well, God wanted me to write this book, and I was having some hesitation, and he kind of threw a train at me to wake me up and say, hey, Jonathan, you got to write a book. You got to name it Harbinger or Shemitah, whatever, and this is, what I need you to do for me, because there's a bunch of people out there that need to read that book you're going to write for me. Now, I saw the connection that Jonathan Cahn had with Yahweh, and that's what I wanted in my life. And there were parts of me that got jealous. And so today, while I was driving home, I was like, Abba, do you remember that? How jealous I was. I wanted you for me. And then you listen to Trey Smith with his videos about everything and this, that, the other thing. Well, it seems, Abba, everybody gets you but me. I'm jealous, and I want you for me like they have you. But I want you for me. How do I make that happen? Really, Yahweh, how do I make that happen? And so driving home from church today, I was reminding Yahweh of this. And I told Yahweh, this world doesn't make sense to me almost all of the time. People never make sense to me almost all of the time. But when I sit here with just you, Heavenly Abba, everything makes sense, and I got it down. I have it settled in my mind, and we're good. We're strong. But everything outside of that but if it's not just you and me, Abba, outside of that, it just feels like everything comes crashing down on my head. But with you, everything works out. And I said to Heavenly Abba, I said, I'm really glad that I came seeking after you, because now when I look at my life, I can say, well, I have just as good of a relationship with Heavenly Abba as my brother Jonathan Cahn does, as my brother Trey Smith does, as my brother Russ Dizdar does, as my brother Scott Hensler does. And I have you for me now. And I'm not jealous anymore. Well, actually, I'm always like, Abba, how come my brothers and sisters get to do that? And why can't I? I want to do it. Give me more. How can I serve you? So just, I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them. I love them with all my soul, heart, mind, and being. I love my Heavenly Abba Yahweh. He's my golden bow, and I'm his white hot silver arrow. Oh, well, have a great dinner, Christine. My love to you in France. Kathleen Sullivan's book, Unshackled, tells her way of experience Father Jehovah and her continuing unfolding. Your book written in heaven will be revealing over time. Thank you for your special grace. Thank you for being here, Susan. Thanks. I was so miserable for that year and a half. I felt so separated from Abba. Sometimes I'm glad for the testing that and trials and tribulations in my life, because when they're over with, Abba and I are closer. But this time, I really pray that nothing ever comes between him, no one, and nothing ever comes between him and I. Not by my own hand and not by somebody else's hand. In Yeshua's name, I pray that I pray to follow the Lamb day and night wherever he goes. Selah. Yes, he did real sweet, and I'm really humbled. To take my tail, put it between my legs, go running back to Abba, say, I messed up. I'm really sorry. I was disobedient, Yahweh. I fell off track. I stumbled. But it's you that I really want to be with, Yahweh, and it's really you that I want to be right with and to walk in your ways and in your light. So to make me stronger. You were just in a cloud of unknowing. Yeah. Yes, he is building me up. Boy. So I have my friend, Mr. Officer Hot. How are you? I'm glad to see you. Thank you for your friendship recently. I have nicknamed one of my friends in the chat room Officer Hot. I just don't, never mind. I'm not going to explain anything right. He's been a good friend to me recently. So I really appreciate him. Also, I'm protecting his identity. And I have nicknames for everyone, so. But it's good to see him. Thank you. Thank you, Blue Rose. I'm going to keep trying my best. So it's almost 3 o'clock. I may have to go outside to do some yard work. Not looking forward to it. Have a beautiful dinner, Christine. I'm probably going to get going. Yes. Hot retarded chicks, please meet. Real sweet, please meet Officer Hot. He goes by Hot retarded chicks. I tease him all the time. And I say, well, I'm hot. I'm a chick. I'm not retarded, though. I'm living a holy life. Of all the things I am, retarded's not one. I'm teasing. Yes, chick. Like girl, chick. Hot retarded chicks. Yeah. So. Let's go leaf raking now. Leaf raking. All right, Susan, you have a great day. Yes, I have to go out and do some yard work, and it's really pretty. And I promised my dog I'd take her out too, so I know she's rearing to go. Yes, I will. Definitely. I'm always up. I'm around this week. I'm around tomorrow. I'm not going to court tomorrow, so I will be around tomorrow. I'll be around this whole week. I'm free. I'm free tomorrow. Well, I would be free right now, but I have to do yard work. I will. I love you so much, sweetie pie. It's great to see you. And yeah, so Maybe tomorrow I can start hounding you. I left myself a little note. I can chase you around and say, real sweet, you want to do a hang now? How about now? Are you free now? How about now? You want to do a hang? Hey, ECW and WWF. Church is ending. You came at the perfect time. So, all right, guys, I hope you have a great day. It's great to see you. And thanks for letting me tell you all about Coach Dave. I had a brilliant day yesterday. I felt love from Abba through me, and it overshadowed all of those bad thoughts I normally get, or all of those bad feelings that weigh me down, or it was just really great yesterday. So thanks for letting me share that with you. And I'll let you go. I love you, Jesper. I love you guys. I love you real sweet. ECWN, WWF. I love you. It's still down. I love you, Suzanne. I love you, Officer Hot. I love you, Christine. I love you, Blue Rose. I love you, Ozzy. Denise, I love you. Matt Cat. I hope I'm not missing anyone. I love you, Shield Maiden and Adeline. I love you, Galen, Meek Dad. I love you, Critical Break. Clara. Reem Dream. Yahweh bless you. I missed your name earlier. I'm so sorry. I love you. Yeshua blessings to you and your loved ones. I love you, Jeff. William 12. It's 3 o'clock. Time to go do chores. This is terrible. All right, I love you guys so much. Thanks for hanging out with me. Again, because I'd be lost without you guys. But I will let you go. I hope you have a beautiful day. And behave. And so tomorrow, hopefully, I can put together a nice video and we can talk about Holy Bible stuff and some issues that we all struggle with, and we can pray for each other. And who knows, maybe we can strike up a conversation about another topic and fellowship for a while tomorrow. So I love you. I love you. I love you a million. In Yeshua's name, Selah.